everyone, welcome back to the kitchen. Today I have another shelf cooking recipe for you. This is a dish I grew up eating, and it came to us when my stepdad came into our family, and he used to make it and we used to love it, and it's called Bachelor stew, and I can't wait to show you how this all comes together. Alright, we're gonna go over all the ingredients for what I grew up calling Bachelor stew. A very long time ago I made a video of this, posted it on the channel way before I knew what I was doing, used some music I shouldn't have used, had to take the video down. I've not gotten around to putting this video back up, and you know, there's a reason for everything. This is a fabulous shelf cooking recipe, so we're gonna make it for you today. Bachelor stew is something that came to us when my stepdad joined the family. He would make this once a week when he was a bachelor, and he would eat off of it all week long. This is really just a one-pot pasta dish with meat sauce and whatever else you want to throw in there. Today we're going to be using about 1.5 pounds of ground beef. We're going to brown this up with a medium-sized onion, a nice scoop of garlic out of the jar, because I do keep garlic in a jar in my fridge, about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and some salt. We're going to add in a couple of cans of mushroom stems and pieces. If you don't like mushrooms, leave them out. I often enjoy adding bell pepper to this, but Micah doesn't really care for it, so we're going to leave that out today. But whatever you like to put in your meat sauce, whether it's, you know, peppers, onions, garlic, mushrooms. Some people like to put celery or shredded carrots. Diced zucchini would be nice in here. I'm going to be using a large jar. This is a 45-ounce jar of our preferred shelf staple, which is our pasta sauce. This is the ragu, super chunky mushroom. You're going to want 1 pound of short cut pasta. So this is not, you're not going to want like spaghetti or angel hair. You're going to want rigatoni or rotini or penne or like orecchiette or something that's smaller and more dense, because it's going to work way better here. This pasta dish is going to be enough for my family of 4 for 2 dinners and maybe a couple of lunches. After you cook it and cool it, you can freeze your leftovers for up to 3 months. And I say this is shelf cooking because we have the meat in our freezer, we have these items in our pantry, we have onions in our cold storage, we have the garlic in our refrigerator, and we have Parmesan cheese in our refrigerator. So all those things comprise your personal pantry, whatever you can pull from to create a meal. So we're going to move on. I'm going to go ahead and brown off the ground beef with the onion and the garlic, and I'll be back and we'll start constructing this dish. Alright, our ground beef is all browned off. You know what, you guys, just brown this off like you would for tacos, which is also another great shelf cooking recipe. You know, you can make your taco filling. When I make mine, I use my homemade taco seasoning. I throw in a can of Rotel, and I also sometimes throw in a can of drained black beans. That boosts everything up there. You can make that into burritos, or you can make baked tacos. If you guys want to see how to make baked tacos, let me know in the comments and we'll get working on that. Now we're just going to add in our seasonings, our garlic. I'm just going to give this a little bit of a turn. Our onions, garlic, and Italian seasoning and salt all in there. And now, because we're going to be simmering this, the onion's going to get cooked all the way anyhow, so just give this a good stir. And be sure to, you know, if you guys don't like ground beef, you use whatever you like. Ground chicken, ground turkey, ground pork, anything really will work here, and use what you have. In goes our pasta. Toss it around really well. I'm going to just go ahead and toss in these mushrooms, complete with their liquid. Give those a good stir. And then we're going to go in with our sauce. We may or may not need more liquid, so we'll determine that shortly. Give this a good toss again. And make sure everything is touching liquid. You may think you have too much liquid in here, but remember, our pasta has not reconstituted yet. It is dry, and you want it to soak up all that goodness so that it cooks in that sauce and it becomes infused with that delicious tomato flavor. I'm going to add just a little bit of water. That was like a cup. And give it another stir. I'm gonna bring this to a simmer. I'm gonna turn it down to medium heat, and then I'm gonna put the lid on it, and I'm gonna let it cook until the pasta is tender and everything is heated through, and then we'll be ready to serve. I'll bring you back when it's all ready. Our bachelor stew is ready to go. Now, this is, you know, however loose or liquidy you prefer it, you should adjust that to your preference, which would be adding more water or more sauce. It just depends. Right now, this is perfect. The pasta is cooked to al dente. It's not too mushy, and it's ready to go. So, we're gonna dish this up, and we'll be back in just a moment. Well, there you go, a serving of bachelor stew. Now, like I said, bachelor stew can be really simple or really complex. You can add all sorts of things in here. I have been known to put a little Neapolitan spin on this, throw in some capers, some black olives, some roasted red peppers. If you have those things on your pantry shelf, then I say go for it. It really does elevate it and makes it guest friendly, but it's guest friendly already. And you could serve this to anyone and they would love it. This is gonna be a kid favorite, a family favorite, a you favorite. Trust me, this makes a lot. And like I said, it's gonna feed my family of 4 for at least 2 full meals and maybe some lunches. But you can go ahead and freeze the leftovers, or you can put them in like a foil pan and you can top it with some Parmesan and mozzarella cheese, and then you can let it cool, wrap it tight, put it in the freezer, and then you have a ready-to-go pasta bake that's in your freezer, and you can make it the next time you don't know what to make, or you come home and it'll take about an hour to cook in the oven from frozen, and it'll be perfect. So, you want to taste it even though you know how good it is?
I have to.
All right. Here we go. What do you think?
Nobody can complain about that.
It's just super simple food, and the longer that I cook for my family, the more I know, the simpler the better, and everybody's just going to be happy. So, I hope that this helps. I hope this gives you some inspiration to go to your pantry and pull something out and make something delicious. I hope you give this bachelor stew a try, and I hope you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya.